Hello, and welcome to the 2027 Arctic-Cat Snowmobile product launch. Before we dive into the programs, let me take this opportunity to update you on Arctic-Cat. It's been nearly 10 months since the acquisition, and I want to sincerely thank each of you for your enthusiasm, patience, and support throughout this transition. Restarting operations for a company that had effectively come to a halt requires extraordinary effort from everyone involved. Immediately following the acquisition, we moved quickly to rehire across all locations, bringing in high-quality people to fill critical roles. We launched the new 26 model year snowmobile and off-road lineup that went far beyond update colors and graphics and made it clear that Arctic-Cat was re-entering the market with purpose and intention. At the same time, we re-established key relationships with suppliers and vendors to secure essential components to restart production. Because of their commitment and dedication to Arctic-Cat, we began production 7 weeks earlier than planned. Internally, we restructured and expanded our teams, blending industry veterans with talented newcomers to better support the evolving needs of our dealers. We immediately began investing in new product development across both snowmobile and off-road segments to ensure Arctic-Cat continues to compete and lead. Significant investment was made in marketing, advertising, and industry events, reconnecting with enthusiasts, strengthening dealer confidence, and expanding our customer base. Demonstrating our dedication to the outdoor winter recreation, in January we announced the acquisition of Widescape, offering a new winter riding experience that challenges the current market and showcases the opportunity for our dealer network to expand and grow in a whole new segment. In short, Arctic-Cat is moving again and moving forward. Your support during this time is deeply appreciated. You represent the core group of riders and enthusiasts in the snowmobile and off-road communities. Your feedback is vital, and your role remains essential to our long-term success. Together we made real progress revitalizing this company. We've assembled an outstanding team, and your contributions are a critical part. I'm confident we're heading in the right direction. That said, there is still important work ahead. We remain fully committed to restoring confidence not just in the company, but in the brand itself. Thank you for standing with Arctic-Cat. This is a defining moment for Arctic-Cat, and it starts with understanding the mind of the rider. To do that, we invested in personas and AI activation research, analyzing industry reports, market trends, and dynamics. Then we focused on voice of the customer, reviewing thousands of real rider comments across forums and social media. We listened closely to what matters to riders and what they're truly saying and feeling about Arctic-Cat. That insight became the emotional foundation of our next chapter. So what does this mean for the brand? New brand pillars. Passion. This brand was born from passion. Every interaction should be full of intention, energy, and fun. Riders should always feel our passion and feel excited to be part of Arctic-Cat. We're built on legacy. Arctic-Cat was built by generations who bleed green. We honor where we've been by riding forward with the same grit, pride, and hometown soul that has always made this brand meaningful. And riders first. This brand is run by people who ride and built for those who live to ride. Every decision, every machine, every message comes from the trail up, not the boardroom down. Today, Arctic-Cat is in the hands of believers. We know where we're going next. Instead of positioning Arctic-Cat as something riders return to, we are positioning Arctic-Cat as the brand riders are choosing right now, as it reflects who they are and how they want to ride. And the energy is everywhere. Employees have rediscovered their passion. Dealers have recommitted as true partners, and the industry feels reinvigorated. Riders are ruling again. These aren't casual choices, these are confident decisions made by people who have never been afraid to speak their minds. That's why we'll keep listening, we'll keep pushing, and we'll keep doing what matters most to riders, because Arctic-Cat belongs to all of us, and we are all in. Now, let's get to the 2027 Arctic-Cat Snowmobile lineup with Troy Halverson.
Hello, my name is Troy Halverson, Director of Product Strategy for Arctic Cat. It is my pleasure to share with you our lineup for model year 2027. This year's lineup encompasses several new models along with expanded use of Arctic Cat's electronic power steering. We are also introducing a new segment into the Catalyst platform and a completely new product with the acquisition of Widescape. Here is an overview of the complete model line. As you can see, we have a very robust lineup participating in all segments. The youth product is a great introduction of product to our youngest riders with the 120 and the 200. The utility segment gets attention with the introduction of the Bearcat name. The Bearcat name is a great name from the past, and we think it is appropriate for the introduction of the 600 and the 858 into this segment into the Catalyst platform. The Pantera continues in the touring segment. The trail segment now includes the newly named Jag that includes some new variations to the 400. The ZR name continues, but with additional models featuring electronic power steering. The iconic El Tigre name returns in both the 600 and 858. The crossover models will now be called XF, and the mountain models will continue with the M400, M Snow Pro, M Snow Pro Alpha, HCX, and HCR. Also recently added is the new Widescape WS250. This is a full lineup filled with new models, features, and continuous improvements. We'll start with the youth segment. That includes the ZR120 and the ZR200. The ZR120 will come with a 123cc single-cylinder air-cooled 4-stroke engine and a 67-inch track and will be offered in black. The ZR200 returns with all new graphics and 2 color options, black and green. The ZR200 gets the 192cc single-cylinder 4-stroke engine, electric start, CVT clutches, hydraulic disc brakes, and meets all SSCC specifications. The utility segment starts off with the Bearcat 400 LT. This sled gets the 400 single-cylinder 2-stroke EFI engine, standard electric start, hydraulic twin-tube shocks, the trail ski, extra action rear suspension, the 146 by 1.6 inch Cobra track, adjustable 38-inch ski stance, rear rack, and tall windshield. All new for Arctic Cat in the utility segment is the Bearcat LT, available with the 600 or 858 C-Tech 2 engine. This model is now in the Catalyst platform, resulting in the best handling and fun utility sled Arctic Cat has ever produced. It is configured with the AWS 39 front end with electronic power steering, extra action rear suspension, Arctic Cat IFP shocks, 154-inch by 1.6-inch Cobra track, mountain skis, ice scratchers, built-in rear rack with hitch, 3 sets of the attached mounting system, and a tall windshield. The new Bearcat LT will also have a full tunnel heat exchanger system that results in excellent cooling as well as reinforced strength in the rear tunnel area for excellent load carrying capacity. Starting off with the touring segment is the Pantera 400. This model uses 400 single-cylinder 2-stroke EFI engine, electric start, hydraulic twin-tube shocks, 6-inch trail ski with twin-split skags, 146 by 125 ripsaw track, and a 40-inch ski stance with sway bar, 2-up seat, and a tall windshield. The Pantera 7000 uses the Yamaha 1049cc 3-cylinder 4-stroke engine, ARS-2 front suspension, Arctic Cat IFP shocks, slide action rear suspension with oĽ-road springs, 146 by 1.25 ripsaw track, deluxe gauge, adjustable backrest with passenger wind deflectors and heated handholds, heated visor plug-in, heated driver and passenger seats, a rear storage compartment, goggle holder, mid-height windshield with mirrors. The Cadillac of the touring segment is the Pantera 9000. This sled comes with the 998cc turbo 3-cylinder 4-stroke engine. New for this year, the Pantera 9000 gets the new spindles with the ARS-2 front suspension. Standard features include the Arctic Cat IFP shocks, electronic power steering, the slide action rear suspension with overload springs, 146 by 1.25 ripsaw track, adjustable backrest with passenger wind deflectors and heated handholds, heated visor plug-in, heated driver and passenger seats, locking detachable storage cases, rear storage compartment, goggle holder, and a mid-height windshield with mirrors. New for this year, the Pantera 9000 will also come standard with the Arctic Cat G8 display. I am so happy we are bringing back the Jag name. When I was young, our family had a 78 Jag, and that sled was perfect for a kid my size. Sized right and easy to ride. This Jag comes with a 400 single-cylinder 2-stroke engine with EFI, electric start, 38-inch ski stands, hydraulic twin-tube shocks, a 14-inch wide by 121 length 1-inch hacksaw track, the Trail 6 ski with the twin split skags, a tall windshield, and will come in black. Added to the Jag models is the Jag Snow Pro. This model comes standard with AC5S shocks, a 40-inch wide ski stance, and a sway bar, as well as the 15 by 129 by 1.25 ripsaw track. The slide action rear suspension is the same suspension used on the ZR600 129 Snow Pro that utilizes the long front arm and is uncoupled to make it a fun maneuverable package. Available in the Team Arctic Graphics color package and the White Spring order only graphics and color package. The next step in the trail segment is the ZR600 and 858. This model gets the AWS 42 front end with progressive ratio steering and Fox IQS rear and track shocks, along with the ArcticCat IFP front track shock. This model has the attack system, which allows the rider to adjust the compression on the ski shocks and the rear track shocks on the fly. This model is available in the 129-inch by 1.25 ripsaw or the 137 by 1.25 ripsaw 2 track with a deluxe gauge and mid-height windshield. It is available in either black or green. A new model for 2027 has the same features as the ZR600 and ZR858, except this model comes standard with electronic power steering and the ArcticCat G8 display. This will be available in black or green. The 2027 ZR Snow Pro will be available in the 600 or 858 with AC5S shocks, ski front track and rear track, and AWS 42 progressive ratio steering. It will also be available in the 129-inch or 137-inch track and black or green color options. Similar to the ZRs, the ZR Snow Pro will also have an electronic power steering model. It'll come standard with the ArcticCat G8 display, 137-inch by 1.25 ripsaw 2 track, and not only be available in the black or green color options, but will also be offered in the White Spring pre-order color option. The black and green models will come with the mid-height windshield, while the white will have the low race windshield. The badass LT Gray name returns. This model comes in the 600 or 858 CTEC 2 engine. AWS 42 with electronic power steering, attack suspension with all 4 shocks, on-the-fly adjustment, soft, medium, and firm, along with 2 configurable driver settings. New this year is the Arrowhead track, which we will speak to in a later slide. This model is available with the 137-inch track and slide action rear suspension, as well as a new 146-inch cross-action 2 rear suspension with elevated rear wheels. I'll go over this new suspension in a later slide as well. Standard equipment includes the CNA Pro XPT skis with 6-inch Woody's dually skags and ArcticCat G8 display, mid-height windshield, tunnel flares, and ice scratchers. With the return of the LT Gray name, the colors and graphics are reminiscent of the LT Grays of the past. For the ultra-aggressive trail rider, we have the ZR RXC 600 or 858. New this year, the ZR RXC will get electronic power steering. Included features are the RXC slide action rear suspension with 4-wheel rear axle assembly, Fox QS3R ski and rear track shock, and the QS3 front track shock, all with black anodized coating. The track is a 137-inch by 1.35-inch Cobra track. The skis will be the CNA Pro XPT with 6 inches of Woody's dually skags. Also, standard equipment will include the ArcticCat G8 display and handcards. The most powerful cat in the lineup continues in the proven Pro Cross chassis with the 998cc turbo 3-cylinder 4-stroke powered by Yamaha. This model has the RS2 front suspension with the attack system controlling the ski and rear track shock. Electronic power steering continues, making this the best handling 4-stroke on the market. New for 2027, the Thundercat will now be available with a 146-inch track and cross-action 2 rear suspension, along with the 137-inch slide action rear suspension. The 146-inch track and suspension complements the most powerful engine in the industry and soaks up the chatter bumps like they aren't even there. The ArctiCat G8 display now makes its introduction into the Thundercat. Heated seat, handguards, tunnel flares, goggle holder, mid-height windshield are all standard features. For those that want a four-stroke but don't necessarily think they need the most powerful Thundercat, we have available the ZR7000. That has the 1049cc three-cylinder four-stroke engine powered by Yamaha. This model will have the ArctiCat IFP shocks, 137-inch Ripsaw 2 track with slide action rear suspension, deluxe gauge, heated shield plug-in, heated seat, tunnel flares, goggle holder, and the mid-height windshield. The crossover segment means the sleds thrive on and off trail. Our crossover models start with the XF400. This model uses the 400 single-cylinder two-stroke EFI engine. Standard features include electric start, hydraulic twin-tube shocks, Trail 6 ski with an adjustable 38-inch ski stance, and 146 by 1.6-inch Cobra track. The XF is like the ZR in that it will come with the attack system controlling the ski and rear track IQS shocks. However, this model comes with the AWS 39 front end with progressive ratio steering. Also, this model will feature the new Cross Action 2 rear suspension with elevated rear wheel. The track is a 146 by 1.75-inch Hurricane track, and standard features include ice scratchers, deluxe gauge, a low race windshield, and will be offered in either black or green. The XF Snow Pro is available in the 600 or 858 C-Tech 2 engines with AC5S shocks all around, Cross Action 2 rear suspension with elevated rear wheel, 146 by 1.75-inch Hurricane track, ice scratchers, sport gauge, and the ArctiCat G8 display. Color options are black, green, or the white spring pre-order only. Leading off the mountain segment is the M400. This model has the 400 single-cylinder two-stroke EFI engine with electric start. Standard equipment includes hydraulic twin-tube shocks, a 146-inch by 2-inch Challenger track, and a 36-inch adjustable ski stance. Not to be neglected just because it's 400, this mountain machine makes a superior entry-level sled with a genuine Alpha 1 single-beam rear suspension and lightweight mountain seat. This sled is lightweight and extremely easy to ride for new riders and is fun for anyone that just wants to let it all hang out. We have a lot of options in the mountains this year. For the mountain rider that loves the ease of maneuverability and performance of the Alpha 1 single beam rear suspension, we have the M600 or 858 Snow Pro Alpha. This sled gets the AWS 36 front end, Alpha 1 rear suspension, the short heat exchanger, AC5S shocks, Stealth 88 master cylinder with lightweight brake disc and aluminum drive shaft. Track options include 146 by 26, 154 by 26 or 3-inch. Also, the 165 by 3-inch Power Claw tracks will be available. We also have available the Sport Gauge or the ArctiCat G8 display with last year's new mountain-specific mounting. Color options are either all black or the spring order of only white. This sled is arguably the best handling mountain sled on the market, as well as the lightest and most durable. The M Snow Pro is a variation of the M Snow Pro Alpha. This is a new model this year, and that gives the opportunity to have a Catalyst mountain sled with all the features of the Catalyst being lightweight, durable, extremely easy to handle, but in a twin rail rear suspension. The M Snow Pro will have AC5S shocks, the Stealth 88 master cylinder with lightweight brake disc and aluminum drive shaft. It'll come with electric start or it'll be manual start only, available on the 858. Also, the M Snow Pro will come standard with a full tunnel length heat exchanger for better on-trail cooling and will have the option for the ArctiCat G8 display with mountain mounting. This model will be available in the all black color option. Returning for 2027 is the HCR. The shocks this year will be all new with the Fox QS3R, QS3, and QS3R lightweight black anodized shocks with the AWS 36 front end and the float action rear suspension that includes additional race bracing. The track will be the 154-inch by 2.6-inch Power Claw track. This model will have manual start, short heat exchanger, the Stealth 88 master cylinder with lightweight brake disc and aluminum drive shaft. The HCR will be available in the Team Arctic Graphics color package. Also returning is the popular HCX. This model has been a hit with riders that like to hit big jumps and get super aggressive in the backcountry. The HCX comes with the 858 CTEC 2 engine, AWS 36-inch front end, but with a laydown steering post angle. Like the HCR, the HCX will get the new Fox QS3R, QS3, and QS3R lightweight black anodized shocks and the float action rear suspension with race bracing. The HCX will have the 146 by 2.6 inch power claw track, Stealth 88 master cylinder with lightweight brake disc and the aluminum drive shaft, manual start, and the sport gauge. Like the M Snow Pro, it will also have a full-length heat exchanger for additional cooling. Color options will include the Team Arctic Graphics color package, as well as the all-black color option and the spring order-only white. The Arctic Cat Widescape WS250 is like nothing before. This new product introduces a new experience to winter lovers. We are able to reach new riders and entice experienced snowmobilers. I spent some time on the WS250 and I appreciate how it brings a new element to enjoying the outdoors. It's a stand-up snow machine that allows the riders to use their legs and work on a new technique of riding. The WS250 uses a purpose-built 242cc single-cylinder EFI liquid-cooled 4-stroke engine. It's driven by a continuously variable transmission with CV Tech clutches. It has 12-inch by 105-inch by 1.5-inch purpose-built track made by Susi. It has a 12-inch ski and has front telescoping forks with 5 inches of travel and a rear suspension with 4 inches of travel. Dry weight is 200 pounds, so it's easy to move around and handle. It has a hydraulic disc brake and a thumb lever throttle. It thrives in deeper snow, but it's also capable in 6 to 8 inches of snow since it is so light. I've told this story before, but when the Catalyst was being developed, I was amazed at how well it handled and how confident it felt to drive it, and I wondered, how could it get better? Then I drove it with EPS. It got better. Our Catalyst works extremely well with the progressive ratio steering. However, what makes the EPS even better is that it's still easy to steer, but less angle of the handlebars is required. As you can see by the diagram, full steer with a ratio steering will require 62 degrees movement of the handlebars, whereas the EPS is only 37 degrees. This allows the rider to always maintain a neutral sitting position when getting aggressive in the tight corners. The rider also feels less feedback to the handlebars in a rutty or bumpy snow surface. The EPS adds approximately 10 pounds, but the added weight is positioned in a way that doesn't feel like weight has been added. Plus, the EPS motor is calibrated so that less assist is required at higher speeds, so it feels very natural and in control. The cross-action rear suspension is uncoupled rear suspension that allows the rider to play around and feel the transfer on acceleration. With the longer 146-inch track, it is a little bit of a balance to keep the sled playful and still plant the skis in the corners so as not to push. The cross-action 2 rear suspension has the rear wheels elevated. This allows the sled to still feel playful, but also make it corner like a shorter track sled with minimal push. Another benefit of the 146-inch suspension is to span the chatter bumps for a more comfortable ride in those conditions like you see on heavily trafficked trails. Also, even though the main contact area of the track is shorter with the elevated rear wheels, you still get the flotation as you drive in the deeper snow. This new rear suspension gives you the best of both worlds. As we discussed earlier, the Arrowhead track is a new pre-studded track this year on the LT Gray. It provides superior traction on the hard-packed, groom trail, and on the ice. It also has improved braking and control when riding. It does this due to the 15-degree attack angle of the lugs with the embedded studs forward and back. In summary, model year 2027 is a full year with new models and features. Jags, LT Grays, and Bearcats, oh my. EPS new shocks on the HCX and HCR new cross-action 2 rear suspension with elevated rear wheels, new Arrowhead tracks, ArctiCat G8 display on the Thundercat and Pantera, continuous improvements along with some killer new graphics and color packages. ArctiCat continues to progress and will never be satisfied. We are all in. Thank you for supporting this brand. Now I would like to introduce Corey Moss, ArctiCat's Director of Marketing.
Hello, my name is Corey Moss, Director of Marketing for ArctiCat. The past 10 months have been nothing short of amazing. So many people have gone out of their way to let us know what ArctiCat means to them and how happy they are ArctiCat will continue to be part of their families for generations to come. That passion is what ArctiCat was built on, and that passion is what will continue to drive us forward. Starting on day one, excitement was high and expectations were even higher. We had to move quickly to prepare for the Model Year 26 snowmobile launch that took place just a few days later, while also starting to plan for an upcoming off-road launch. All this took place before we even had the keys to access the ArctiCat website, social media channels, or even knew what services were currently being provided. I have compared getting ArctiCat set up for the future to the remodeling of a house. We first need to bring everything down to the studs and uncover what's hiding behind the walls before we can understand what was needed to move ArctiCat forward. We are still uncovering, but have a far better idea of what we are dealing with. While all of that work was happening in the background, here's what we were able to achieve. We launched a Model Year 26 snow and off-road product. We gained control over ArctiCat's digital footprint, removed partnerships that were not beneficial to the company's success, and brought on new ones. Opened the lines of communication that had been closed to our media partners. Launched a successful Riders Rule campaign that focused on user-generated content that showcases the passion that exists for the brand. We pulled together a homecoming event at Heydays, brought on ambassadors to promote the brand that would connect with customers. And we made racing a priority again and invested in sponsorships with snowcross and cross-country circuits. We developed a new corporate email program that launched prior to the holidays, and we even saved Waiting for Winter Guy from his boring job and put him back on the payroll. Now, I'm not going to stand here and say everything is where it should be. We know there is still plenty of work to do. The ArctiCat website needs some attention. We are looking to revamp our ambassador program, and we need to lock down an event plan and be able to support it from a corporate and dealership standpoint. With all that said, we are off to a great start for Model Year 27. We've teamed up with a top-tier production crew that captured assets of this year's snowmobile models and have developed a campaign that we feel will really connect with not only the die-hard ArctiCat customers who only bleed green, but also former ArctiCat riders that may have previously lost hope, and snowmobilers who are just looking for a friendly family to be part of. We promised to listen to the riders, and their message could not have been any clearer. They are here for ArctiCat, and they are all in on ArctiCat. ArctiCat is the brand people are choosing right now because it reflects who they are and how they want to ride. Here's a sample of what it means to be all in on ArctiCat.
If you're riding ArctiCat, you're a badass.
There's nothing else I would rather ride.
I am stoked.
Beyond pumped.
It's just such a phenomenal sled.
I'm all in on ArctiCat.
I'm all in on ArctiCat.
I'm all in on ArctiCat because I believe in the brand.
They listen.
Passionate.
Takes me places like this.
Winter wouldn't be winter without ArctiCat.
I'm all in on ArctiCat because it's a brand of unfinished business.
The passion around the brand is at an all-time high.
I love this brand.
We are moving the sport forward.
The new Catalyst chassis is absolutely dialed.
You curl on this, you'll be amazed.
I'm all in on ArctiCat because it's the whole package.
We got that old roots energy, the best chassis on the market, and we got all the cards.
To support this campaign, we have created a new product brochure, updated the website, developed a social and paid media campaign that will match the energy of our customers, offer marketing materials that will help promote the spring order period, and we will continue to work on more exciting materials for next season. Snowmobiling is the one true sport that leaves a lasting impression from day one. I remember my first time on a snowmobile when I was 8 years old and haven't looked back since. In 2007, I started working with ArctiCat on the agency side and immediately felt what ArctiCat riders before me felt: family. I spent 10 years working with some of the most passionate employees and interacting with ArctiCat riders that know what it means to be part of a snowmobiling community. After leaving in 2017, I watched from a distance and felt the highs and lows that we all felt with the brand. I could not be more excited to be here today, re-energized, and ready to showcase to the world what it means to be all in on Arctic Cat. I want to thank you for your time today, and thank you for your continued support for this brand that has provided so many memories and will offer so many more in the future.
As you just heard from the team, I think you'll all agree we are heading in the right direction. However, as I said earlier, there's still work to be done. We are committed. Year one is our transition year. Fix the foundation and reestablish the brand. Year two, our rebuild year. Develop the channel and improve service levels. To build this brand, we need to push the boundaries within our company, within our dealers, and within our partners, with attitude, innovation, and vigor in every direction. Arctic Cat is a strong brand with a committed dealer network. And with the enthusiasm and drive of this new ownership group, this will be an exceptional year. We are all in, committed to rebuilding brand trust, to restore passion, and fuel long-term growth. We need you all in. Your voice matters. Thank you for helping us build this brand together, and thank you for being part of the Arctic Cat family. We sure have an exciting year ahead.